This is Pokemon Platinum, a playthrough that as soon as I started the game, got into a trainer battle. Why not? And basically, what I've been trying to do, I know I'm obviously starting the playthrough late. I already have a few badges and whatnot. Just trying to get through the game. I got some long-term goals. I want to get through the game. I want to complete the Pokedex. I don't necessarily need a living dex in this game. That's just, if I decide to do it, I do it. I've already had a living dex in games that have more Pokemon in future generations. But yeah, as you can kind of see, healing up at the Pokemon Center, checking out the PC, seeing what I should just deposit because, you know, I'm going to be catching a lot of Pokemon. So I have this weird thing, I guess, where, or maybe it's not weird, but I have this thing where I'll deposit, if I don't absolutely need it, like HM use or anything like that, I'll deposit the Pokemon just so I have at least one empty slot so that the first Pokemon that I capture will just go to my party. Don't have to deal with the PC and whatnot, even though my OCD is kind of like, hey, go to the PC anyway after catching this Pokemon. But for right now, I'm not really necessarily trying to start, like, become a YouTuber or anything like that. Just kind of been getting inspiration lately. I used to actually stream this kind of stuff years ago at this point. But just kind of getting back into things. I'm not going to say I'll have a set schedule for video releases or anything like that. But yeah, stay tuned. I mean, who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Definitely plan to, though. I think also some of the other goals, I don't know, maybe I will do the living dex. Like, it's like, do I really want to go through that again, though? I think the last time it was enough doing it on future generations, but oh man, the thought of another living dex in a game is like, ooh. I think this Tentacruel is, yeah. As soon as I KO'd it right there, oh my god, I was like, what? Because I was like paying attention, but I wasn't paying attention. And for some reason, I thought it was, I don't know if I thought it was like a trainer battle or what, but I used, I think, 3 Dragon Rage moves right there instead of just 2. And then I finally found this one again, and I was like, yes. But keep in mind, the video that you're watching right now, the actual video footage, is sped up. I think I set it to like 450%, you know? See, I gave a little thumbs up there or whatever, because I was excited to catch that Tentacruel. Then I was kind of searching like, hey, what Pokemon do I do or don't have in the dex yet? Because it's kind of hard to keep track of all that. So luckily, obviously, the Pokédex exists. And then here I was fishing for a while. I think it was here. Potential spoiler alert? I don't know. A lot of these encounters I had to fish. Because I pretty much caught everything I could in the grass when I went through these routes. So I finally like just got surf. I think I got surf. Yeah, well, obviously I got surf. I'm surfing. But I just got surf, I believe the same day, today. March, did I say March? May 23rd, 2026. I I got surf that day, today. So I was like, hey, you know what? I can actually, instead of continuing the game at this point, I can just surf around, like fly back to the original starting areas and whatnot, and kind of go through those again and see which areas actually had water or not, so that I could see what encounter, like, you know what I mean, like what encounters I can find, either surfing or using the good rod. And I think that the text that popped up twice so far, I think that was happening from what I was recording on for some reason. So I guess that's a little thing I gotta work out, but which is weird because I'm pretty sure before I started recording, I made sure like that wouldn't happen type of thing, but hey, you know, is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of going off on tangents and whatnot, but it's like, what do you want me to do? I think the video is going to be like 28 minutes or something, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, just, I wouldn't say I'm new to the scene by any means, but back into it, kind of like I said earlier. Trying to fill out the Pokedex a little bit before I continue in the game. I really want to also train up some Pokemon in general, because I do, you know, maybe I'll put it in the title, but I want it to be a forever save, quote unquote. I feel like that term is kind of thrown around a lot for like clickbait and views and engagement and dumb stuff like that, but I do actually like intend this to be my quote unquote forever save. And shoot, man, if you're new or don't know what a forever save really is or entails, or maybe even new to Pokemon and somehow got sent this video or something like that, basically, forever save is you don't reset the game ever again. Ever again. And then, you know, within that time, ideally, you beat the game, which usually is beating the Elite Four / post game or any battle tower if there's one in the game. A lot of people will debate whether it's completing the Pokedex or a living dex. I mean, game-wise, the game treats it as just filling out the Pokedex, not a living dex, but living dex is like, I mean, if you're going to have a forever save and you're going to have that save until you die, I feel like a living dex is just part of that at that point. Because it's like, how are you going to be starting the save at 20 years old and now you're turning 68 and you don't have a living dex? What? I'm sorry, what? I don't know. Yeah, so you could see that's what I was trying to catch. I was trying to get that Pokemon because that's how long. Keep in mind, again, this was sped up like 450%, and all that time that just now passed when we finally found this, I think it was a 5% encounter here. So it's not even like it was that bad, but it was getting a little annoying in real time. Because I was just like sitting here filming it and I was like, oh my god, I still don't have this yet. Like, how much time's gonna pass by? I think real time it was like 20 to 30 minutes of trying to find it. So something like that. And then yeah, that was the other thing. Like, it just would not get in the Pokeball. And that's kind of a thing about me, I guess, while I'm on that, is I like to only use Pokeballs. You know, sometimes I'll use a Great Ball or something, but ideally I like to just use Pokeballs. Yeah, I was hype right there. I was like, finally, thank Christ. But yeah. So I think from here I was like, where should I go? Because I was like, all right, I finally got everything at that location. So I was like, all right, Let me heal up. That's kind of like an OCD thing I do, is like if I fly to a Pokemon Center, I like heal or check out the PC or whatever. That's just a me thing, I guess. Okay, yeah. So I battled these trainers. Spoiler alert. Battled them. And then I think I was checking, you know, what Pokemon are around here. Because I actually did, so I have a, one of the guidebooks for Platinum. Or the guidebook. I don't know if they have multiple guidebooks for Platinum that were like official releases, but anyway, I got the main Platinum guidebook, and I didn't have it on me, so I was like, darn it. So unfortunately I had to use the internet. That's why you can see my hand kind of like reach forward or whatever at times. There's that text again, I don't know. But yeah, I was kind of like looking it up while playing, I think. And like, it was kind of annoying because I was like looking up different routes, different things or whatever. And for a while, it sounds stupid, but I was like, wait, which route am I on again? So that was a thing. And then I think this guy, he had what, like 5 or 6 Pokemon? Oh, not this guy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Some trainer I eventually faced, I believe, in this video, like had 6 Pokemon or something. And that's kind of like bittersweet because I hate seeing that many Pokemon simply because it's like, wow, I really don't want to sit here and just spam A for 6 Pokemon. But, you know, the other part of it is, hey, I just need to be patient. It's a forever save. It's like, yes, I am kind of trying to rush the story while capturing every Pokemon I can along the way. Now, I did not mention this yet, but I am not using, like, I want this to be like as legitimate as possible. This forever save, so I will not be changing my DS clock or just like little tweaks or things like that. Like, I want it to be actual real life, real time. Kind of do it that way. That's just my preference. And some of these Pokemon that I believe, I don't even know if this was on video or after, like while I was out and about doing real life stuff after this video was recorded, but I sat there and tried to get like, I want to say 1 or 2 different, like 5% or 1% encounters, or I think one of them was even 9%, like a Pelipper or something. And only to find out, look, I actually got pretty lucky on these, because now that I think about it, I think one was like Barboach or something, which was like 35% or something, or 30, wherever I caught it at with the good rod. But I don't know, there was like 2 other Pokemon or something, or 1 or 2 that were like either 9, 5, or 1% encounters. Anyway, I sat there and wasted time trying to encounter them until I finally did, only to realize and see that they had a Pokeball by their name, which means I already captured it. And I was so mad. I was like, dude, you're telling, like, all I had to do was check the Pokedex. But honestly, I'm really never wrong about that kind of stuff. Like, I usually know what Pokemon I've caught, whether I've played the game like recently or it's been months or over a year. Like, I somehow just notate that in my brain, I guess, for every version I play. And I was like, Platinum so far has been the only game where I messed that up. Oh, for what it's worth, I believe this is like my first like non-live stream type of video. Not in my life, like I remember, that's a tangent. I was gonna say, like, when I was a very kind of little kid or whatever, I somehow, I don't know if I saved up money to buy like a little camcorder. I think I got it from Walmart or something. I was a kid. And I just remember making like homemade videos basically, like before YouTube was big or anything like that. And it was just fun, man. Back then it was fun. But don't get me started on that. Like the nostalgia of the early internet or earlier internet, like early 2000s, because dude, it was just a different time, man. No one cared about ads and like clickbait and getting all these views. Like you literally would just post videos to different websites, but you know, of course YouTube, and just like, hey, look at this prank I'm doing on my friends, or just people hanging out having a cool time, like before even smartphones were really popularized, you know. So it was just like, hey, something like between you and your friends, but now it's on YouTube. But at the same time, it's like, yes, while it was on the internet, it was still before like smartphones, so it wasn't getting shared like crazy, you know what I mean? Like, oh, look what this person did, and you know, millions of people later within a short period of time, like it was just different, man. Like you posted something just to have fun and a good experience, I guess. Kind of like a weird way to put it, but there's that's me rambling, I suppose. I'm trying to figure out like what to talk about for a 28-minute video or more. And like I said, I'm new to kind of doing this, the non-live stream type of content, I guess, minus my childhood story. But yeah, so at this point, I think I caught what I wanted to on the routes leading up to this town or city or whatever. And I was like, finally, I can go to the iron place or whatever. So I was like, heck yeah. But first, let me sit here and waste all my time. I was here for quite a while, real time. Watching this back is like, I do not want to relive this. But yeah, I don't know if I was just unlucky here, but I was trying to use the repel trick and I could not remember for the life of me if in Platinum version, if you are the same exact level as the Pokemon that you're trying to do the repel trick with, if they would still spawn. I'm pretty sure they do, at least in other versions, right? If not, then I'm just wrong, I guess. But I could have sworn as long as you were their level, they would still spawn. And I think that's what I was trying to do right here. I think it was this. There was, I'm not sure if it was this particular spot or not, but I was trying to do a repel trick. And I was like, wow, this is not working. And I was like, maybe I just, maybe I have to be one level lower and not the exact level of what I'm trying to find. But there, I finally found a Pelipper. That was the 9% Pelipper, I believe. I think it was 9%. I might be wrong. But I was just kind of like looking around like, hey, what can I find, you know, at this new location that we unlocked in the game? And also keep in mind, I don't think I've mentioned this yet, keep in mind, like, the last time I did like a full actual Platinum or Gen 4 playthrough, I should say, in general, sorry, let me rephrase. Gen 4 is in the new games, like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, not Heart, Gold, Soul, Silver, like remakes of games that I already know very well. So yeah, like with the Gen 4 games, it's like, I don't know the last time I ever did a playthrough. So I want to say, I think the last time I did a playthrough for this game was on actually another Platinum cartridge I had that I no longer have, or I lost it or something. Which is the only game I've ever, I guess, lost or got stolen or taken or whatever from me. Like, I still have all my original copies of my games, like from Gen 1 to current. all of them. Yeah, I kept trying to catch this dang Pelipper. Yeah, I was thankful for that one. So what I was going to do here was teach Pelipper Fly and Surf so that I could get rid of Noctowl, because Noctowl's only purpose was Fly. So I was like, well, wait, I can have a dual use Pokemon instead of Noctowl, and I can teach Pelipper Fly and Surf, which I feel like a lot of people probably do or have done. But I got B-Barrel, Bi-Barrel, whatever. Like, he knows, he's kind of like the HM slave, and I feel like for a lot of people, he is like the ultimate HM slave for Gen 4, right? So it's like, I realized, wow, all I did was replace Noctowl for Pelipper, and I still have a party slot taken up because of this. Okay, so here, yeah, I think I was looking for, what was I looking for here? Steelix, maybe? I think, is this where I got Steelix? I don't remember. Man, I keep doing like spoiler alerts. Anyway, we all know we can get Steelix, okay? And if you don't, now you do. So, but there was like something that I was like really trying to get here, and I'm pretty sure it was Steelix. But yeah, how about that though? Finding a protector. I had no idea that was in this cave because it's been so long. And then of course I wanted to, so I don't know if I mentioned that, but of course I want to basically face all the trainers as I go. So as I mentioned, I try to catch all the Pokemon, and not sure about the living dex yet, but I try to catch all the Pokemon. I want to beat the game, etc., etc. Well, part of that is also, you know, defeating all the trainers that I can find at least. And then once I think I have everyone beaten or whatever, then after I actually beat the game, or at least the Elite Four or whatever, then I will go back and like try to search out or hunt out Pokemon that, or trainers that I missed. Because the trainer part, I haven't used the guide too much for this game. I try not to use guides or anything like that, and most of it I just have memory. Like example, red, blue, yellow, I could tell you exactly how to get through Rock Tunnel, you know, no flash and all that. Yeah, so here I found the Steelix, okay. I was like, no, of course it paralyzed me. But, oh, no, that was a trainer battle. I'm dumb. Whoops. Yeah, look at that. Look how long this game takes to save, dude. 450% speed increase, and it took that long. That's I'm a Gen 1, 2, and 3 kid at heart. Specifically, like 1 and 2 the most, and then 3, but I really do like 3, so it's like really hard to do the top 3 of the games there. But Gens 1 through 3, of course, are my favorite of all time. Those are the ones that I always go back to. But then I just randomly got a hunch one day, man, to start Gen 4, and I was like, you know, I'm not gonna do it in Diamond or Pearl. I want to do Platinum to get the full Sinnoh experience. So that's kind of how this came about. And then I was like, you know what? It'd be cool if I kind of recorded my actual journey, because I don't want to use emulators. I don't want to do clock tricks like I already explained, all that kind of stuff. Oh, that's my that's my girlfriend there being cute. I think this is where I was doing the repel, because I was like, oh great, now I gotta lug this guy along the cave. And I think I was thinking for a second there, I was like, I guess I'll just switch, because if I use Surf with Pelipper, it's going to do a lot of damage to the Lucario, and then I'm going to have to beat everyone myself, which, you know, I could do, but it's just like kind of more annoying. But I said, forget it, and switched out Torterra and did Earthquake anyway, I guess. What do y'all think about the music track? I'll be honest, myself, I'm like a huge fan of hip hop / rap. If I'm by myself or in the car or whatever, I will pretty much always have hip hop or rap on, and not really the new stuff. I hate auto-tune and all that. It takes no skill, but some good hip hop / rap. I also like oldies. And some alternative rock that I grew up with, you know, like early 2000s. Panic at the Disco. Oh. Wow, what are we up to? Like 26 minutes now of commentary? My first time. God, I feel like I should be talking about the game more. I feel like I keep going off on random stuff about like my life that have happened or has happened. I figured, I don't know, like, with the video, like, you can kind of see what's going on anyway, you know what I mean? So it's like, do I really need to explain what you can visually see? I guess I have to if you're deaf. Maybe. But nah, I mean, here you can see how, you know, I was just going through the cave, trying to find an encounter. I think there was debating using Surf or something, and yeah, so I kept going with Fly right here, I think. And I was like, oh, is Lucario dead? Like, so that's when I switched to Surf right there, and I was like, hey. Fortunately, the Golbat hung on a little bit. I was really happy when the Stunky died. And I was like, oh, Houndour, easy. Houndour is such a cool Pokemon, man. But yeah, so this is my literal first attempt at doing the audio commentary. I don't really want to do scripts and stuff like that. Like, again, this is not to be some like super serious, oh, I'm gonna release a video every week type thing where, oh, I need a script and this and that, and like I don't want to do all that. I have enough going on in real life, so I kind of just try to fit it in like where I can. I will make it kind of like a goal, I guess, to kind of release semi-frequently, and then it, you know, I don't want to say it would also depend on like viewership or anything, because at the end of the day, I'm doing this for me and my love of Pokemon. Love Pokemon so much, man. It's the #1 thing, man, in my life. Like, it's just always been there for me. If you know, you know. If you can't relate, then I feel bad for you. Got that nice piano, dude, like coming to the close. So I think I flew back here. Yeah. So I flew back. I'm pretty sure, as usual, I go heal. Do I check the PC? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure we kind of end here at the gym. All right, hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you.